Oh, I thought this was cat's eye.
between sleep.
Like if I put some pasties on my titties. Meanwhile, all these niggas are dressed up like they're in bootylicious. And then Doja was saying niggas showing feet. I don't. I see you see me. I said casino show, but I'm positive, yo. Gosh, I'm Anonymous Media Man, and I'm for sure. And we're about to watch this video by Mayowa's World about Doja Cat and Latto using chocolate men as props. My camera glitches. This is a new camera. I don't know why. Maybe it's a Logitech thing. I say this in multiple videos. I was gonna preface this by saying I watched the video, and my eyes were drawn to the chocolate men, to the faceless chocolate men in the video, doing push-ups, and that's the plan. Watch this shit with me, y'all. Ooh, girl.
I also think it's really important to notice like the kinds of hairstyles that these girls have in this music video. Both of them are biracial and they are both wearing blonde wigs, right? Like they are also both leaning into looking white. So what does it mean when these biracial girls are leaning into looking white and then they have dark-skinned men who are very muscular? The hairstyles. I also think it's really important to notice like the kinds of hairstyles that these girls have in this music video. Both of them are biracial and they are both wearing blonde wigs, right? Like they are also both leaning into looking white. So
Okay. Okay, I would like to hear more about this because I was like, but I have blonde hair, but no, my hair is I have my hair out. I'm not perming my hair, so I mean, let me open my mind a little bit. Let me open my mind. Stop looking over there. The camera's right here.
what does it mean when these biracial girls are leaning into looking white and then they have dark-skinned men?
Look, listen, they already benefit from colorism just by not being completely black. I'm pretty sure Doja's mom is white. So, oh wait, they're both biracial, so neither one of them have a Right, I was thinking like at least like both parents are black, but one parent is half black. No, 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 no. One parent for both of them is entirely white. I'm pretty sure. Maybe I've never seen Lotto's parents.
Who are very muscular and seen as backgrounds. Like what imagery does this remind?
Yeah, the whole music video, they were just doing tasks and looking pretty and doing pretty shit, push-ups on the bathroom floor, dirty ass bathroom floor. Did y'all wipe up the bathroom floor? Was that cleaned?
This to me reminds me of
Did
seeing
y'all sponge that?
Giselle and LeBron James. This imagery reminds me of seeing like those 1930s, 1940s and LeBron James.
Who organized that photo shoot?
This imagery reminds me of seeing like those 1930s, 1940s films where the white man would save them from these black savages. Like this is what this energy evokes, right? Because ultimately in your mind, you see dark skin as servitude. You see dark skin as a mode of protecting you and your whiteness, protecting
Who the fuck was that?
you and your lightness. You don't actually see value to it.
Mayowa girl, hold on.
Sometimes it don't make no sense. Does it really have to?
Okay.
There is nothing I can say.
Hi, welcome.
She is gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Oh, sorry, that was weird. No, wait, I wasn't like taking a bite out of you.
Welcome to Mayowa's World. Hi, y'all. Welcome to Mayowa's World. My name is Mayowa. And on my platform, I talk about colorism, featureism, texturism. Y'all, so I literally recorded this video yesterday and I was eating. Like, the video was amazing. My points were amazing. I watched the video back. Why did I film it in double time? So when I played it, it was like everything was sped up, like the whole clip was 20 seconds, and I did like 2 videos. So I lost all my work. So I got dressed again today and I said, you know what, let me try this again. So if you're seeing this video, this is the second time that I filmed it. Before I continue with the video, y'all, I have now hit 100K subscribers. So I also want to say thank you to everybody who has subscribed, who watches my videos, and all of the birthday wishes I got in my last video. This is just such a great, like, I don't know, I already feel like this year is going to be my year. Also, if you haven't joined my Patreon, you should join my Patreon if you.
I would like to say, my take is gonna be surface level as fuck here, but I did think their looks were boring. I think it's cute that they twinned up and looked alike, but the look that they chose specifically and then the variations of that look, I can only name about one look from both of them that I liked out of the whole music video. Again, this is so surface level. Okay, whatever, who gives a fuck? But yeah, I kind of feel like it was lazy. Or maybe that's all they could afford. I can't afford no fucking music video.
Want to hear more behind the scene things of me living in Lagos and get some early release videos. So today I want to talk about how dark-skinned people are used as props, because there's a music video that came out a couple days ago with Doja Cat and Latto that is a perfect example of how
Oh, I really hated the song. The song was so boring. No.
colorism is so rampant. I made a video a year ago talking about this and using different artists as an example. Is that a person in the shadow? And I like looked even closer and I realized that there was a black person painted into the background of the painting. This photo looks like it was on the mood board for Rihanna's photo. I think it's really disgusting, and I think that if you actually take colorism as a serious systematic oppression that's actually hurting people and destroying people's lives and confidence, I don't really understand why you would want to use colorism as like a come up. And
Yeah, it's a crazy loophole how darker skinned people are seen as more eccentric and like they're like the personification of the black card. Like your Amex American Express card is like racism has such weird loopholes, and then you get into the fetish part of it and the BBC of it all. It's like there's blockades put to give us the illusion that we're accepted, and then it's poisoned our community. And things like colorism has influenced preferences where people like, oh, I like light skins, or I don't do dark skin girls, or I'll it's stupid. We're all black, like let's be mindful of how we represent each other.
she is like the center, like a non-black woman, and
Girl,
she's
what are
like
you doing? Tyler, please. Girl. I thought that was ASAP Rocky. Girl, this is Tyler. They be doing shit on purpose.
holding the face of this person, and they're all looking at her. Their gaze is all centered on her. She is supposed to be the star of the show. It's almost like she.
But it's kind of like damned if you do, damned if you don't, because it's you do too much of representing people your shade. It's like, oh, well, you know, do you hate being black, or do you feel some way about darker skinned black people? But then it's like you do shit like this, and it's, I'm not gonna lie, I don't really bat an eye at things like this because I honestly don't think about it, but I should.
Is like their like maker or something, or their owner or something. Is this some kind of ritual where people have to, like, I don't know, degrade dark-skinned people before they're able to like reach where they need to go? I don't know. Because the way that when it comes to women, majority of these artists are.
I agree with that. It's like it's just like when white artists emulate black personalities and black music to advance further in their career. Miley Cyrus, Ariana Grande, etc., y'all favorites. Girl, please. Yeah.
Mixed race and light skin, and not only that, but they feel very comfortable to weaponize colorism. They feel very comfortable to display their colorism. Is really beyond me. You would think that since Latto changed her name from Mulatto, a name rooted in
which is
colorism, to
crazy.
just Latto, you would think she would have changed her incorrect brain, but absolutely not. She's just as
She a Bourbons. There's not much I could really expect from her, girl.
bird brained as she was before.
And then Doja was saying nigga showing feet. I don't I would show feet in a different context, not while saying nigga though in a room full of white men.
And Doja Cat is her bird
I get uncomfortable saying nigga at all in a room full of people who aren't black. It's just like, what do I really need to say that? Do I really need to call a nigga that's not a nigga? Like, just things like that I think about.
brainess. So I'm going to give a quick summary of the history of using dark skinned people as props. What comes to my mind is often these paintings that were done in like the 1600 and 1700 in the United Kingdom, where they would often use dark skinned people as background to essentially make the white person seem whiter. Because we all know that whiteness is seen as purity, whiteness is seen as intelligence, whiteness is seen as beauty. So by having a dark skinned person who has no real character in the background, it always emphasizes just how white, how
She's giving me, sorry, I'm listening, but the Princess and the Frog, she's just giving me that. And then this picture, this painting reminds me of the scene from The Princess and the Frog, right? When Tiana fell and the lady was like, oh no, let me give you a dress, let me give you a dress. Now, the movie is from what I can remember, around the time of racism, right? And where black people were starting to be integrated in society and seen as normal. I cannot believe those words just came out of my mouth. A part of me feels like it's great that they showed that in, oh my god, this is so bad, I'm gonna say this. It's great that they showed that in Disney movies, but knowing the history of Disney, I kind of feel like it's dog whistling something and it's not really genuine. It's just knowing the history of Disney, Pixar, whoever the fuck made the goddamn movie. It's not giving genuine, I'm glad that they pushed it out there, the positive relationship between white and black people, but it's, come on, dude, we're a commodity still to this day.
bright, how light this person is. And so although we can acknowledge that this is very
It's
dehumanizing
like white savior, like, again, that's
when it comes to having a
girl.
white person at the foreground and a black person in the background, somehow when it comes to blackness or using people who are racially ambiguous, we cannot have that same level of analysis. So pop artists who have done this before are going to be people like Rihanna, who had this shoot where she had two dark-skinned men carrying an umbrella for her. And if you know anything about colonialism, you will know the history of having dark-skinned people carry umbrellas for you, and it's like trying to essentially trying to protect your light-skinnedness, trying to cover you. They are acting as protectors. And
Girl, wear some damn sunblock.
so by default, light-skinned women, mixed race women become seen as damsels. Another artist who has done that is
Oh,
FK
girl.
Twigs, who I think has actually done it on multiple damsels. Another
Not Fact
artist
Twig.
who has done that is FK
Fact
Twigs,
Stick.
who I think has actually done it on multiple occasions.
Oh, that's
And
Fact
no
Stick.
amount of her sliding down different poles will ever make me forget her colorist past. Because to have a light-skinned man that you painted to be all black to symbolize a devil in a music video so that you can look like a damsel is just something that I think is really absurd. And FKA Twigs is somebody who can talk about the racism that she went through with Shia LaBeouf, but has no space to talk about the ways that she perpetuates colorism, especially when it comes to using dark-skinned
What the fuck? What is this 50 Shades of Grey ass?
people to symbolize these evil
Oh my
entities.
god.
She's not the first person to using dark-skinned people to symbolize these evil entities. She's not the first person to use dark skin or blackness to symbolize entities. We can even tell within our language with how we use dark as bad and light as good, right? And people often
Why? He couldn't be white, like like again, if that video and then this commentary had not been paired together, I would not have thought about this. But now that it is paired together, I'm just thinking like he could have been any race. But you chose a black man. You chose to make that face. The choreography, the videography, the color grading. wait. Mayowa, you onto something, girl. And I'm not laughing because it's funny. I'm laughing because of how absurd it is. How I've been overlooking all of this shit.
Will paint their skin black to show that they are evil. Even too, I think in like the Mormon Bible or in Mormonism, they believe that having dark skin is literally a sin. And the more you repent your sins, the lighter you can be. So we should also just really acknowledge that darkness has always been seen as something that is evil, something that is subordinate, something that is essentially like a slave, right? And so when you think about colonialism and you think about slavery, you think about the fact that dark skin is often seen as servitude. When you look at slavery movies, a lot of times that is when Hollywood is super aware of making sure that they have dark skinned people represented. Anything that has to do with servitude, they're gonna make sure that dark skinned people are there because it reinforces this idea that dark skin is essentially just used for servitude. And Tyla also did it recently too in a photo shoot where she has dark skinned men essentially also being props to her. So it seems like this is a framework that helps pop stars, right? When you have dark-skinned people as background actors or background people, it makes you seem lighter, it makes you seem more desirable. So come to now where we are, where there's a music video that has been released by Doja Cat and Latto. So I want us to watch the music video together and unpack the colorist imagery that we're seeing and then talk about it at the end. I hate that I have to watch this twice. I watched it yesterday and now I have to watch it again and decode it, but let's get into it, y'all.
I did like Doja's flow. I did like her flow. I remember.
Okay, so the first visual we have is Latto laying in a dark bed in an all.
Looking at Latto's hips make my hips hurt. I'm not trying to be a lame ass nigga and talk about women's bodies on the internet, but I just, it literally like, dude, like, damn, girl, damn.
Black bed, right? And
like, do I look like that? Like a little bit? Like, hold on. Is my butt fat? Like, ew. Oh, bitch, you need to go to the gym, bitch. Eat a burger or something.
And she's wearing all white once again to highlight her lightness. And something that I think we should also talk about when we talk about Latto is her positionality, right? Latto is a mixed race woman. In my opinion, Latto looks like a white woman. She, to me, passes as white. I would put her in the same category as somebody like a Mariah Carey.
Oh, yeah. Huh. To me, she doesn't look like a white woman. I think Mariah Carey looks like a white woman. The day I found out she was biracial and one of us, girl, you would have never thought. But Latto,
Latto will also be the same person who is mainly wearing blonde.
She gives me star.
On wigs. I feel like leaning into the identity of looking like a white girl.
Okay, now I get.
I think that what is also desirable about Latto in this dynamic is the fact that she is somebody who looks white and has all these dark-skinned men being in servitude to her. I believe that if this was a fully white woman.
Yeah, and this is so like homoerotic too, because why do you have all these men bunched together in this tight enclosed space? For what? Who is this attractive to? Like, I was just thinking this, like, how is this attractive? Again, the choreography, like the director told y'all niggas to cluster up, bunch up, and do a bunch of hood shit. This is not, first of all, I think this is cringy as fuck. This is not attractive. Second, again, what are you trying to convey with this scene? What is the point? It's not, it did not eat for me, boo. And it it actually irritated me every time a group of niggas came on the screen doing some bullshit and she talking about fucking and sucking and licking. Okay, let's do it. Okay, girl, I just kept thinking about JT. Bitch, are you okay? I'm not calling a woman a bitch. I'm just saying, bitch, girl, are you okay?
I believe that if this was a fully white woman doing these same visuals, we would be more up in arms about it because we can identify that as being problematic. But we have refused to see the ways in which mixed race people can also perpetuate that same level of harm, especially because that level of harm has been taught to us by our colonizers, right?
Yes. Yeah, I said this earlier. It plagued our community, and now there's like this double standard.
So the idea that dark-skinned people are in servitude to another person is something that is really important to notice. Okay, so then we have this visual of the black men doing push-ups as
On this
in the
dirty ass
background,
bathroom
right?
floor.
So here she is, a mixed race woman in the foreground, and you have these dark-skinned men doing push-ups.
This dominatrix. Like, why are you a dominatrix? Why are they doing push-ups on the floor? Why are you naked? Like, why is there more men than a woman? Like, what is going on? The song has nothing to do with the visuals. I just want y'all to know that.
Showing that once again, they are amounted to nothing more than just their strength. Pushing in the narrative that dark-skinned men or dark-skinnedness is a masculine thing, right? Like she is doing nothing, she's filming herself, and a bunch of dark-skinned men wearing all black or like wearing a black do-rag, no shirt on, are just like showing their muscles.
Meanwhile, all these niggas are dressed up like they're in Bootylicious. Like,
And then you have this visual of her with like a bandana on, you know, cloaking into like the more black aesthetic. To me, it looks like she has a lot of spray tan on.
Yeah.
I feel that her complexion's actually lighter, but she's trying to look darker to, I don't know, fit the vibe or whatever. And you have black men essentially in this room doing absolutely nothing, doing fuck all, right? Just looking at a wall, staring off into space, having no importance. Like this is.
And I had to, what's sad about this, I had to rewind the music video to even notice these niggas there. What made me notice somebody was even fucking there was this nigga in the back bobbing his head ever so slightly. And I was like, nigga, what are you doing? And I was like, oh, they're all bobbing their heads. But Latto's the center of attention. What's the point of having all these niggas in the scene if they're bleeding into the background? Girl.
Looking at a wall.
And she's also wearing camo print. Why is nobody else wearing camo?
Staring off into space.
They're just black.
Having no importance.
Blending in.
Like this is the most background you could have. They are background, right? Like no importance, just muscles there to adorn her damselness. And interestingly enough, when we talk about how mixed race women and light-skinned women can use dark-skinned men as backgrounds, they will often be the same people who will have friendships with dark-skinned women and expect them to be the laborers, expect them to be the ones who fight for them, expect them to be the ones who, you know, take care of them, or just essentially only see your worth as something that is in servitude. Because ultimately in your mind, you see dark skin as servitude. You see dark skin as a mode of protecting you and your whiteness, protecting you and your lightness. You don't actually see value to it. You see value in it from a sexualized perspective. You see value in it from a strength perspective. But after that, it's completely flattened, right? And that is
Yeah, I said that sexual part earlier with the fetish thing.
really scary to see all that on a complexion. Something that should be actually absolutely neutral is always unfortunately going to be charged under a system of anti-blackness. I hate that. I hate that. Hey, once again, now we have dark-skinned men in prison, right? And you know, I mentioned the whole slavery.
Yeah, again, these visuals have nothing to do with the song. Why are we in jail? Why are we in jail? Who is this man? Who is he to your trick, your daddy? What? I hope it wouldn't be your trick daddy. Because then you would be like low-key giving into prostitution. I'm sorry if you're a trick baby, sugar baby, and you accept money. It's prostitution. I don't know what else to say, but it's prostitution, or trafficking or something like that. The music video was so boring and so bad. Like I feel like I could do better. And I'm broke, nigga.
Everything, but just even the parallels between slavery.
Like if I put some pasties on my titties and put a fucking get done up bitch in drag and put on 9-foot stilettos, oh, I'm putting niggas in the Kia Asylum, okay? The Kia Asylum, Kaya Asylum, whatever the fuck it's called. Bitches is gonna be there.
And once again, dark skin being laborers, and how even if you want to look at colorism statistics, there's higher numbers of dark skinned people who are in prison and also persecuted to more severe levels simply because dark skin is seen as more aggressive, right? So the fact that Doja Cat is looking at a prisoner and is trying to entice him, and he's just such a sexual being that he's trying to fight through this mirror to have access to her, just reminds me of the fact that that you see dark-skinned men as nothing more than sexual beings, right? Like you've amounted them to just wanting your lightness. And I find it really ironic that Doja Cat, of all people, wants to have a dark-skinned man in prison, because we know your type. You like the Mark Zuckerbergs, honey. This is never who, mind you like demonic ass white men, but you would never be doing all this, but it's like you just gotta
wake it up, because did I say something like this earlier in the video? Damned if you do, damned if you don't. Like, if you push the image of the things that you're surrounded by or the things that you like, it's like, okay, girl, okay, you do it enough times, it's a pattern, it's weird, but it's you're doing this is what you chose to do with this historical context, so now you're also weird. You're also weird because, girl, you don't even like niggas. The nigga she was talking about in that one song, Nas, baby, it wasn't black folks.
Fit in where you get in. So because,
and if it was like one or two when she was like a teenager. I don't know her life. I'm just talking shit on the internet.
Latto has colorist imagery. I guess Doja Cat has to jump on board and use dark skin men as props too, knowing dang well you don't. I've never seen Doja Cat walk out with a dark skinned man before, honey. We all know what you was showing your feet in the chat room, girl. Like,
okay, I feel like we all saw something that said she was showing feet in the chat room, because I just said that, dude.
Why couldn't they just have had a white man in that scene? That's more realistic. But no, you see dark.
It is more realistic. I like her. Am I signed in?
Dark skin as this like servitude, as a slave.
I'm a subscriber.
I also think it's really important to notice like the kinds of hairstyles that these girls have in this music video. Both of them are biracial, and they are both wearing blonde wigs, right? Like, they are also both leaning into looking white. So what does it mean when these biracial girls are leaning into looking white, and then they have dark skinned men who are very muscular and seen as backgrounds? Like, what imagery does this remind you of? This to me reminds me of seeing Giselle and LeBron James. This imagery reminds me of seeing like those 1930s, 1940s films where the white man would save them from these black savages. Like, this is what this energy evokes, right? And also too, we talk about like Doja Cat has kinky 4C hair, right? But what would the visual of look like for her to, she's not gonna lean into that for this. She's gonna lean into looking like a white woman because it just shows it becomes more contrast to blackness, to darkness. Yeah. And like, let's also get into the race of it all. Like, that's very much so what this is. But I don't think that people are wanting to talk about how mixed race women have those same fantasies. Light skin.
I talk about this all the time. Wait. Oh, I like her. I always talk about things being a fetish and being race play. And I'm not being funny. I'm being serious. Almost everything's a fetish, and almost everything has race play undertones.
Wanting to talk about how
mixed race validated
women have those same fantasies. Light-skinned women have those same fantasies of dark skin. Like, just because you're black doesn't mean that you can't fetishize your own community. And it's just so interesting to me as well, because Latto now has a baby with 21 Savage, who, interestingly enough, his other girlfriend was Amber Rose, who's also a colorist and also was never black, but people wanted to claim her as black. So when people have these babies, they can easily have a child that can have darker skin. So what happens when all these like visuals, all these like ways that you see dark skin as servitude, you see dark skin as laborers, you are colorist, you enjoy colorist visuals. What happens when you have a child who has darker skin? How will you, what?
This is wild. Oh my God. I'm spiritual. So like a lot of spiritual things are happening right now. I saw a YouTube short that said, challenges mothers face, or light-skinned mothers challenges they face having dark-skinned daughters. I don't know, it said light-skinned mothers, dark-skinned daughters, and that's a concept I never thought of. Like, I'm chocolate, okay? I'm pretty chocolate. So it's like, growing up, I would hear the colorist bullshit like, girls don't like you at school. If they're lighter than you, they're jealous. They don't, it's something with their hair, texturism. It's a lot of weird shit. And it's just like, no, boo, they just don't like you, girl. Or it could be, but it's just something I just never thought of. Like, it's so interesting.
What happens between these relationships? Because so many dark-skinned children are born out of colorist moms and dark-skinned dads who don't like being black. And some people may be like, no, it's like subversive, like they're using men as props. Like, honey,
monitoring spirit.
do you know how whenever they have a dark-skinned woman in a music video, they're gonna have like 6 light-skinned girls to balance out that dark-skinned girl? Like, even when you have an artist who's a dark-skinned musician, her backup dancers are not all.
Oh, I thought this was Cat's Eye. I was gonna be like, yep, talk about Cat's Eye. I want to have a reason to talk about Cat's Eye. There's just something weird, racy, and just something weird. Something weird is going on with Cat's Eye. Like, why do you have a black woman and this chocolate Indian lady? There's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing wrong with it. I love the representation. I love the imagery. But considering the context, the big labels, the Japanese of it all, the fact that the music that they're pushing from foreign companies literally sounds like Americanized black music. And I'm not just talking about Cat's Eye, I'm just talking about whatever group is from those labels. But the fact that there's a black woman being mistreated before like, let's call it what it is. Mano benefits from colorism, and there's a reason why we don't see a Megan Thee Stallion in these Dream Academy shows. There's a reason why we don't see a Normani. There's a reason why we don't see Nika's, Ani Rose. Like, there's a reason why we don't see Chocolate, but we see Manos, we see Dojas, and we see this, that, and the thirds. But here comes Laura. Like, like I sound like a racist weirdo saying that, but something's off about that.
All going to be dark skinned. They will add in another race.
And lo and behold, the black woman is out first.
To make it more marketable. But when it comes to...
And if we're going to keep it real, the next one is Daniela. She's not Asian.
The other way around, when it comes
to ain't safe either,
women,
boo.
they can find a way to use all dark-skinned men, right? Like, because they don't need to balance it out. It already is giving the image of masculinity. The reason that they try to balance out dark-skinned women and add light-skinned women in is because they're trying to balance out how masculine it looks. So yeah, I mean, this is really appalling. Like, I just feel like where we are, we're already in a conservative time. So seeing people...
Or maybe I'm overshooting it, because maybe they might accept Daniela more because she's half white and cast Laura off to the side because she's chocolate. Like, this... Dude, like, something weird is happening with Cat's Eye. Something weird is happening.
Very comfortable to showcase colorism, to say that, yeah, like, dark skin means nothing but laborers. Dark skin, we don't mind to use dark skinned men as being, you know, subservient. And like I said, this will always affect dark skinned women because dark skinned women are always masculinized regardless. This just reinforces...
Cynthia Erivo first comes to mind, that Ariana Grande bullshit, and how she was playing into it. Don't hurt my white woman.
Every time they reuse these visuals, it just reinforces that dark skin has no other purpose but to work for you. That dark skin is always going to be seen as beautiful if it is in proximity to whiteness.
Right.
And dark skin is something that is so beautiful and so tender and should not always be seen as things of labor or strength. Darkness can be softness, darkness can be many things. And so I just want to make this video so people can say, like, guys,
like, I don't understand the tall, dark, and handsome bullshit. Like, tall, dark, and handsome, and then the camera pans up to a white man. If the camera pans up to a white man with black hair, girl, tall, dark, and handsome, I'm thinking we finna see some Hershey's Kisses, little chocolate drop. And that's another thing. The fetishization of black people has gotten so bad. The closest thing that we can be compared to is edible food items. So I would like to stop doing that, but I love me some brown rice. Girl, please. But yeah, like, tall, dark, and handsome, girl, I'm thinking we talking about black men, black people, black person, dark feminine energy. Like, what are y'all talking about when you tall, dark, and handsome? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Because we're just changing shit up. We're just changing shit up, and that's not what it means. But that's not what it means, though. Okay, but that's not what it means. Can you hardly see me in the camera? I want you to hardly see me because you're hardly seeing the picture. That's not what it means. Huh? Can I lock the door? Okay. But yeah.
Guys, wake up. wake up. And for people who don't want to see this, it's you just don't want to see it because you are comfortable with dark-skinned people being seen as second-class citizens within Blackness, being seen as like second-class citizens within the world, right? So, you know, the light skin apocalypse is in full blown right now. Like, they are going hard. The biracial brigade is going hard. And we also have to go hard to have critiques on this analysis and just also really remind people that it is not okay. There are young people who are watching this, seeing this music video, and just kind of being okay with the fact that they are being seen as servitudes. You know, like, even when it comes to like the whole Pam and Gina of it all, or just like being beneath. And we're not meant to just be like, our role isn't meant to be background for light and white people. It's just not. So if you made it to the end of the video, please tell me how proud you are that I made.
Oh yeah, Pam and Gina. Why couldn't Pam be Martin's love interest? Like, why couldn't he be the wife? Why couldn't she be the wife? Like, what? Why couldn't Gina be the, like? Whoa. Why couldn't Gina be the friend? Wait, why wasn't Gina the friend? Hey, it's a 10 out of 10 video. I'm
This twice, honey, because talking about this twice, watching this Colors music video twice, I have to go and like do something to my brain to just kind of like clear it out. I'm about to make a page.
I love this video. You know what? She put things into perspective that, again, I never even thought twice about, but I am proud of myself because something told me to go watch this music video for some reason. And I don't listen to Latto's music. There's not even one song I can tell you I like. I just lied. I like What You Gonna Do for Big Mama for Real? What do I get for my birthday? What do I get for my birthday? What do I get for my birthday? Yeah, when she was putting on that black scent. Which is another thing. Black people can put on a black scent, okay? We can emphasize the way we talk when we're not from a specific area to cater to other black people. So, again, that's another thing. But I'm glad that I picked up on something weird going on in the music video. Like, I'm listening to the lyrics, seeing the visuals, and I'm like, this has nothing to do with what y'all are talking about. And then just a random, okay, like, shut up. Shut up. She was like, rap, ready, rap, ready, rap. Okay. Shut up. And then she was making like gooner faces. Oh, girl, please. Absolutely not. No, I hated the song. Like, I did rewind Doja's part a few times because her verse was like hitting, but it fell off by the end of the song. I was like, girl, I hated the song. I hated the music video. I'm hated. Like, it was just really boring. I'm not okay. After hearing that shit and watching it. Why is this video 40 minutes long and the original video is only like 20?
Patreon video right now, so, you know.
Oh, bitch, video ends here.